Hello YouTube and welcome back to the Kanto Weekly Show, and this is week number 13. We are pushing through these Kanto Weekly shows to catch up because as of recording this, playoffs have begun. So we've got week 13, week 14 and then week 15 and we've caught up because this week should be week 13, week 14 and week 15 should be up on the channel. The remainder of my PIDA games should be up on the channel, and maybe, I think it's a free-for-all as well. So you got that to look forward to this week on the channel. So it's, I think the PIDA fortnight is going to come to an end after this week. Then I'll be back to normal formalities on the channel with some new stuff, some old stuff and whatnot. So make sure to smash that like button and subscribe if you're excited for that content coming very soon to the Devious Ditto channel and a screen near you. So week 13 begins with, unfortunately, 3 forfeit games. We have Hungry Big Boys versus Sugar Puff Seats Elixirs. Hungry Big Boys picked up the forfeit win for that one. Game 2, New England Blizzards and the Boston Cyndaquils. New England Blizzards picked up the forfeit W. And New Haven Nut played the Sydney Shamans. And the New Haven Nut picked up the forfeit W. So, all those games out of the way. So we've only got 5 games to talk about in today's episode. So, hopefully, I say this every time, but hopefully it's a shorter episode. But things happen. I get distracted. Stuff happens. So, who knows? But, game number 1. We have the Honolulu Horluchas versus the Boston Typhlosions. And the Honolulu Horluchas are rocking Ash Greninja, Garchomp, Mega Aggron, Rose Raid, Necrozma, and Porygon Z. Whereas the Boston Typhlosions are rocking Tapu Koko, Crawdon, Jirachi, Tangrowth, Horlucha, and Alolan Ninetales. So, judging by type matchups, obviously the Boston Typhlosions are rocking Koko Lucha. They've got Aurora Veil Ninetales, which could be if they get that screen up, that could be a definite problem for the Honolulu Horluchas. We know the power of Crawdon. Adaptability, Aqua Jet to a Life Orb, just kills most things. And then Jirachi and Tangrowth are going to be the bulky core of the team, I would imagine, for the Boston Typhlosions. Whereas for the Honolulu Horluchas, on the other hand, he's got Necrozma and Mega Aggron as his defensive options, because Mega Aggron's defense is like sky high. Necrozma is quite bulky. He's got Scarf Chomp, Greninja, Ash Greninja, should I say. So both of those are hard hitters. He's got Rose Raid as well, which can hit on the special side. Can be quite a bit, especially defensively bulky. We know I've used it. And obviously, the main factor for Rose Raid in League is its Technician Hidden Power. So you can make it have any hidden power, any typing it wants, base 90 power, 100 accuracy. This is why Rose Raid sleep dot in League. Not many people know this, but I know this. And I'm trying to get the point across to everyone to know that Rose Raid's great in League, but it's always like tier 3, tier 2. Well, it's mainly tier 3, but it should definitely be tier 2 in my opinion. But not in PIDA, because PIDA tiers are weird. But in every other normal league, it should be at least tier 2. But there we go. And it's obviously got Z conversion, Porygon Z as well. So let's jump into the game and see how this one pans out. So he leads with Alolan Ninetales versus the Rose Raid. So Ninetales goes for substitute as Rose Raid sets up hazards on the opposing side of the field. So he goes for sheer cold, so Oka moves are here already. So more laser spikes are being processed up on the field by the Rose Raid. But Ninetales lands sheer cold, and we've started already with the Oko moves. It's game number 1. There's already Okos, but it's fine. Okos are what PIDA's all about. Forget evasion. Evasion's so early PIDA. It's Oko right now. Oh my god. Anyway, so Rose Raid goes down to the sheer cold, which is very unfortunate. So out comes Mega Aggron as he goes for Aurora Veil. Sets for Stealth Rocks. Now, I've just noticed. So Mega Aggron, he hasn't Mega Evolved, and the rule for Season 1 is you have to Mega Turn 1. And he didn't do it. So, I don't know what to say. Someone's been cheating. Yes. So, I don't know what to do about that. I really don't. So if any of you guys watching, comment in the description down below, because this game's not really important because I pretty much know what the results are going to happen. So this game's not that important, to be totally honest, because I think both these coaches finish in yellow. Spoiler alert. So we don't really need to take it doesn't really matter, but I'm giving the benefit of the doubt because this game doesn't actually matter in the grand scheme of things. But because the Royal Veil is up, Learn Tides goes for disable, so you can't Earthquake anymore. So you switch out into Jirachi, taking all the hazard damage as he goes for Thunder Punch and does not a lot of damage. Now he Megas, goes for Wish, goes for Thunder Punch. You should have Mega turn 1, goes for Dynamic Punch, which is very interesting move to bring there because obviously it's got 50% accuracy. But Jirachi U turns out, it gets a Mega Aggron and to the Hawlucha. As it goes for Ice Punch, does solid amount of damage because of Royal Veil. Goes for Sunny Day. I know the boss and Typhlosion like to bring weird sets, but why is Sunny Day on your team? Because unless Tangrowth, you're running Chlorophyll Tangrowth. Does Tangrowth even get Chlorophyll? I don't think it does. It gets regenerate. I might get Chlorophyll actually, but Royal Veil's gone as he goes for Swords Dance. As he turns himself into Confusion, that was a good play. So he's Vampires out straight into his Tangrowth, which is now Chlorophyll plus 2 attack. This Tangrowth can potentially sweep right now. Goes for Ice Punch. There's the Yachi Berry, which does 23%. So Tangrowth's here. Goes for Earthquake. It lives because the freaking Mega Aggron. Ice Punch kills it. Now, that set would have been amazing. That would have been stellar because it would outsped the... would have outsped? It might have outsped the Ash Greninja and the Garchomp if it wasn't scarfed. And possibly if it had like Hit Power Ice or Grass type move, it could have blown those back and could have potentially won the game. But because Mega Aggron's defense is like this high, like ridiculously high, it lived a +2 Earthquake. But to be fair, it wasn't Stab. Tangrowth's not known for its... I don't know. Did Tangrowth have like good attack? He's like 100 or 90 or something. I don't know. But it shows you how good Mega Aggron defense is like, to be honest. So Wild Charge, get rid of the Mega Aggron. So outcomes Porygon Z is probably going to Z conversion at this point, but the Tapu Koko goes for Z Supersonic Sky Strike. Porygon Z lives on 16% as it goes for Z conversion and turns into a Electric type. Ghost type. Okay, none of the above. But go down to Hawlucha to sack that thing off as it goes for Shadow Ball. Goodbye Hawlucha. So out comes the Jirachi, which is also weak to Shadow Ball. So that thing gets blown back. So I don't know why he went into Jirachi at that point. So I would have just went into Crawdon and Aqua Jetted it. That's what I would have done in the first place. I wouldn't have gone out into Jirachi. I would have gone into Crawdon first. But that's just me. So out comes the Greninja versus the Crawdon. So Water Dark v Water Dark. Goes comes the Surf. Crawdon lives on 14% as it goes for knockoff. And Greninja's Life Orb gets knocked off, and Aqua Jet can just knock off this Ash Greninja and stop it from being turned into an Ash Greninja. So out comes the Garchomp, goes for Earth Power. I think it's very odd. So why is he a special Garchomp? But Ninetales goes for Disable, so you can't Earth Power, which is very good because now Tapu Koko, you can't really touch Tapu Koko. So he goes for Substitute as he goes for Struggle, revealing it's a Choice set, Choice Specs or Choice Scarf with Earth Power. So he goes for Royal Veil, stays in, just keeps spamming Struggle, as you do. So goes for Sheer Cold, Ninetales lands a Sheer Cold, down goes the Garchomp, and now it's all on the Crozma. As it goes for Sheer Cold, misses the Sheer Cold, as it goes for Photon Geyser. Breaks away the sub, Hail stopped, goes for Disable so you can't use Photon Geyser again. Goes for Iron Head, kills the Alolan Ninetales. So out comes the Tapu Koko. When knowing that Necrozma now has Iron Head, can just blow this thing back. As it goes for U-turn, it's best possible to hit it with. Goes for Power Gem. Doesn't do a lot of damage. Goes for Disable again. Goes for Shadow Claw. Doesn't do enough damage again. There's a Wild Charge. Lives on 24%. Dies for Recoil. And the Holo and Hawluchas defeat the boss and Typhlosions. But however, not Megaing turn 1 is an issue in this game. So that's annoying. I mean, it stopped. It made a big part in the game because the Sturdy on the Aggron made it so Ninetales couldn't sheer cold the Aggron, where if it had to Mega turn 1, it could have done. So that is somewhat annoying. But to be fair, it's the rule change that's going to happen in Season 2 where you don't have to Mega Evolve turn 1. So I'm going to I'm probably going to let it slide, if I'm being honest, because I don't know if it won him the game, but you don't know, because if that sheer cold landed, things could have been different, but you don't know, because no co-moves, you can't predict it, because the accuracy is so goddamn low. But MVP in that game was definitely the Necrozma, actually, with 2 kills at the end there, 2 and 2-0, but Polygon's got two kills in the knockout. Crawlon got 2 and 1 as well, instead of a load of 9-tails with sheer cold, so we're 1 game in and we're already on 2 Oko moves. Can we beat our record? I think like 4 or 5. Interval video. See how this thing goes. So, let's move on to game number 2, where we have the Pura Pidgeot versus the Mediterranean Quagsires. And the Pura Pidgeot are rocking Darmanitan, Greninja, Megalatios, Alomomola, Buzzwole, and Heatran. Whereas the Mediterranean Quagsires are rocking Golisopod, Dhelmise, Kyurem, Magneton, Clefable, and Espeon. So, for the Pura Pidgeot, his bulk is in possibly Alomomola, obviously Wish support. I don't know the others really. Buzzwole can be quite bulky, but it's mainly a physical, bulky attacker. Same with, I don't know about Heatran. Heatran's more, because of the steel type, it might be kind of somewhat bulky. But if it gets hit by like a ground type, maybe it's game over for Heatran. And obviously he's got Darmanitan and Greninja for its attacking presence. And he's got Mega Latios, which can be bulky as well, but can be run either way. So for the Pure Pidgeots, and he's got obviously for the Mediterranean Quagsires, he's got Z Celebrate Espeon with Baton Pass, so that could be an issue if you Baton Pass the likes of the Kyurem or the Magneton or something, or even the Clefable, because Unaware Clefable could potentially be an issue. Once the Heatran is gone, you've got nothing stab-wise to touch the Clefable, so that could be an issue. Also, he's got Magneton as well, which can deal with the likes of both his water types. Double Fire is looking quite good for the Pure Pidgeots, because he's got Dhelmise, he's got Kyurem, he's got Magneton. Only issue Darmanitan sees in this game is probably the Golisopod, but the likes of what can Golisopod has actually got quite a decent matchup in this, because Darmanitan's weak to water, Greninja's weak to bug, Megalatios is weak to bug, Alomomola can't really touch it, Buzzwole can't really touch it, Heatran is weak to water obviously. So if the Mediterranean Quagsires can get rid of the Alomomola and the Buzzwole, Golisopod can potentially, depending on its set, be able to sweep this team. So let's jump to this game and see how this thing works. So outcomes of Darmanitan versus the Clefable. So Darmanitan goes for Flare Blitz, does solid 71% to the Clefable as it sets up Stealth Rock. So taking a bit of a knock. So outcomes of Golisopod goes for Flare Blitz, still does 58% because Darmanitan hit like a mother truck. That's the first impression. Darmanitan lives, goes for Flare Blitz, and down goes Golisopod, but down goes Darmanitan. So turn 3, two decent threats have gone up from both sides of the team. Obviously, that was either Choice Scarf Darmanitan or it was a Life Orb Darmanitan, or yeah, either of those. And then Golisopod, obviously, because Darmanitan hit like a truck, even a resisted hit did over half to Golisopod. But why didn't Emoji X activate when you hit it with the first Flare Blitz? Is it because it was already switched in that turn? I think it only gets Emoji Exit. I think if you switched it in, it made you switch it back out again, because I think it needs to be on the field for that start of that turn to be able to activate it. So I think that's how it works, but I'm not sure. But you can probably quote me in the comment section down below, but that's what I think it happens. So Greninja comes out versus the Magneton. Greninja U-turns out, predicting like electric type move, obviously. Goes out into his Heatran as it goes for Magnet Rise. And if this goes Fire Blast, misses as it goes for Thunderbolt. Now, if this was a what's the ability called? Magnet Pull. If it was a Magnet Pull Magneton with HP Ground, I would be fantastic set. But it's not. He misses the Fire Blast. He misses the... Obviously, Thunderbolt does a lot of damage. Fire Blast is going to wreck this thing else for days. So, yeah, there's that. Out comes the Espeon, as out comes the Buzzwole. As it goes for Substitute. It's probably going to Z-Celebrate behind the Substitute, I'm going to say. No, it doesn't. It just goes straight up Dazzling Gleam. Does 71% to Espeon. Forgot the name of them on there. As it goes for Leech Life. So, Goes for Dazzling Gleam, down goes the Buzzwole, and Espeon, Shell Bell Recovery, and I was expecting Z Celebrate, it's not there. So Laios comes out versus the Kyurem. Laios Mega Evolves, obviously goes for Shadow Ball, gets a crit and does 42% of his goddamn Kyurem as he switches out into his Alomomola. Goes for Big Ice Beam, still does a lot because Kyurem is... I know Kyurem is like not as good as Kyurem Black and Kyurem White, but it still hits hard. It really does. So most people... This is why Kyurem is like up there near the top of the MVP list. But anyway, goes for Earth Power. Alomomola eats it up, does about 41%. As he goes for Wish to try and get Wish recovery on... So I'll just stall this thing out really. As he goes for Ice Beam, predicting him to switch out into probably his Mega Latios. But Alomomola wish stalling this Kyurem. Just wish stalling it for days. So he keeps going for Ice Beam, goes for Substitute Kyurem as it goes for Toxic. Does it... I'm predicting the Toxic, goes for Substitute. And goes for Earth Power. Does about 41% to Alomomola, goes for the Scald. Because Alomomola doesn't even break the sub because it's not Alomomola. Goes for Earth Power again. Lives on 27%, so it goes for Wish. Predicting a Protect now from the Alomomola. Yes. I'm getting good at this Alomomola business. Goes to the Ice Beam. Gets the Wish off. Backs up to pretty much full health. So this Alomomola is just stalling out the Kyurem right now. I keep wanting to say Kyurem Black, but it's not. It's just a normal Kyurem. So 2 Skulls didn't break the sub. So I'm going to sit back and just watch as Alomomola just stalls out. Keeps wishing, keeps recovering, keeps protecting. No, it's still there. And the crit, there we go, waking up to a crit. Waking up to a crit. So eventually the stalling ended. Oh my god. Please, people, don't do long games. Please, please, I don't want... Oh, I'd hate stall. I hope contact on stall. It's so long. But anyway, Kyurem gets a crit on the Alomomola, knocks that thing out, and out comes the Greninja. He's probably going to U-turn out to break the sub and go out into Latios, I want to say. No, just go straight out to the low kick, goes into a fighting type, breaks that sub as he goes for Ice Beam, and down goes Greninja. So he can go straight out to his Mega Laios, outspeed it, click a Dragon type move, and goodbye Kyurem. I don't know why he didn't switch out into this thing. That's what I would have done. Because I knew he'd outspeed me and click that. So Clefairy goes for Moonblast on the Heatran switching. Doesn't do anything because the Heatran. Let's go to Flash Cannon. Down goes the Clefable. Out comes the Espeon as it goes for Dazzling Gleam. Lives the hit because it's a Steel type. Goes for Flash Cannon. Oof. Espeon lives. Goes to Dazzling Gleam again. Don't know why he's not keep spamming Dazzling Gleam. Why don't you give a Psychic or something? I don't know. Maybe because it's Choice Locks. But goes for Flash Cannon against the Delmise. Goes for Anchor Shot. Kills out the Heatran, and I think Mega Laios just comes in and kills this Delmise with Shadow Ball. Goodbye Delmise, and the Peoria Pidgeots win the game 1-0. And yeah, MVP in that game was definitely the Heatran, picking up 3 kills there. Did drop to the Delmise at last turn there with the Anchor Shot, but I don't know if it was a bulky. It has to be. I don't know if it was a bulky because. A bulky Heatran, because all those hits from the Espeon did nothing. All the hits from the what was the other one? The Fable did nothing. I know they're both resisted hits, but I was expecting them to do more than like 5-6%. They're quad resist. Fairy quad resist that. Does it? Or does it not? I know Fire resist. Does Steel resist Fairy? I don't freaking know, but GG to the Pure Pidgeots, securing that top 4 space for them for the playoffs when they come around in 2 more weeks. They'd hold on onto that spot for 2 more weeks. Then it was secured playoffs, and then potentially can be the Season 1 champions of PIDA Division Kanto. So we move on to game number 6/3, where we have the Power Squad, coached by Checkmate Ben this week, versus the Sinnoh Star, that's coached by Sean. Now, you can probably see Power Squad have only brought 3 mons. They've only brought Mew, Snorlax, and Mega Slowbro. So, yeah. So, there was no rules against you had to bring 6 mons, but it hinders your chances. And looking back on it now, I'm probably going to put a rule in saying you have to bring up 6 mons next season, because obviously, if, for example, if, like you say, Checkmate only loses like 1, 2, 3-0, if Sean wins the game, he's only going to get 3 kills instead of 6. So it's going to hinder his differential and possibly cost him a place in the playoffs, or cost him who's actually going to play week in the first round of the playoffs, depending on his differential. So next season, I'm going to put a rule in saying you have to bring 6 mons. You just have to. It screws up my maths, and I hate my maths being screwed up. It's just so annoying. So let's just jump to the game. I even talked about Sean's team. I've been so mad about... That doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I know I get distracted in these videos. I really do. But the Silver Stars have brought Araquanid, Nidoking, Hooper Unbound, Mega Gardevoir, Volcarona, and Mimikyu. So... So obviously he's only got 3 mons. Araquanid can deal with Mew and the Slowbro, and the Snorlax, he's got Hooper Unbound. He can just click a Drain Punch and just Ale Hoopering, Drain Punch it away. That's GG. So let's jump to the game and see how it goes out. So out comes Mew versus the Araquanid. As it Rexon just goes for Fissure. As it goes for Leech Life, like I predicted, 50%. Goes for Fissure, doesn't land it. There's Leech Life, and there's a crit. Crit did not matter, and the Mew goes down. Now, talking to in the chat after, in Discord server after this game, the reason Checkmate Ben brought 3 mons was because these were the only 3 mons in the Power Squad's team that learned an OHKO move. So, because they're like, Power Squad are duping at the end of the season, so they don't really care. They're not going to get relegated. So if they're leaving now, so they don't care about being relegated or yellow zone or whatever, and they have no chance of green zone because they're like 50-50 because of their team plans. Either it works or it doesn't work, so it's like 50-50. But anyway, so they thought, screw it, I'm just going to bring every single mon that learns an OHKO move and just go from there. So out comes the Snorlax as it goes for Toxic, as Snorlax keeps spamming Fissure. So out comes the Volcarona. As it goes for Fissure, misses again because not everyone's got the luck of the Durant luck. So the outcome, Beanbag uses Fissure again, misses again. Volcarona is setting up with its Scribble Dancers, but it does land the goddamn Fissure, and out comes Mimikyu. Going for play rough there. Snorlax lives, goes for rest, gets rid of the Toxic, healed back up to full health, and yeah, out comes the Araquanid. As the Snorlax goes for Sleep Talk Rest. So I'm guessing it's the Rest Sleep Talk Fissure set from the Snorlax, which is going to be a very interesting set. Goes Sleep Talk, gets Fissure, doesn't land it. Goes Liquidation. Snorlax lives on 20%. Snorlax goes for Rest again, I would imagine. Yes, it does. Back up to full health. So we could be here a while until the Snorlax lands a goddamn Fissure. That comes Hooper Unbound. Goes for Sleep Talk, gets the Fissure, lands the Fissure, and that's a very, that is a lot of, twice in a row. So the luck, the chances of getting A, landing a Fissure, B, landing Fissure's 30%, yeah? So it's pretty much a Scald Burn. But with Sleep Talk, if he's only got Rest, Sleep Talk, and Fissure on his Snorlax, that cuts that in half. So there was a 15% chance that he would land that Fissure. If math, yeah, 15%. So he lands 2 in a row, and 2 in a row is 15% times 15%. So it's 0.15 times 0.15, which makes it 15%. I think it's is it 7.5%? I think it might be even less than that. It really might be less than that. So maths is fun. So Showman Ben's the luckiest person in the world because he landed 2 Fissures like that in a row. If you're watching this, probably not. He's probably not watching this, but if he is watching this, he's the luckiest person in the world. He cannot comment to me about being unlucky ever again because he landed 2 Fissure from a Rest Sleep Talking Snorlax in a row. So don't speak to me. You're lucky, okay? You're lucky because Mega Gardevoir's here. It goes for Hyper Voice. Snorlax lives, wakes up, goes for Fissure. 3 in a row. 3 in a row. Was it 4? Is it 4? It's 4. It's 3 in a row, but he landed 4 times. So Nidoking comes in and just, goes for whatever. Cherries goes for Fissure, so it just Monty Mallow that. Nidoking kills the Mega Slowbro, and the Sinnoh Starlets win, but they only won 2-0. So, because of the Power Squad only bringing 3 Mons, Sean won the game, but he won it with a -1 differential. So, that's really confusing. That screwed up everything in my brain, saying, right, I can't deal with this. I can't deal with this. So, next season, you have to bring 6 Mon. And if you can see by the thumbnail, Snorlax was MVP this week. And it was on a team that lost. So, first time that happened. It's the second time Snorlax has been MVP. So, GG to both teams, really, because Snorlax has proven today that Checkmate Ben is the luckiest draft player in the community. So, he doesn't need to complain about hacks ever again, because he's the luckiest man ever and doesn't deserve to have any more luck ever again in League, because he's so lucky. He needs to stop being so lucky in League. It's unbelievable. I'm so triggering him right now if he's watching this, but I do not care, because he landed 15% chance was one of those. He got 2 in a row. I'm going to do the maths. Someone can do the maths in the comment section down below, please. I want to throw it at his face saying, right, you, sir, are lucky because you got a 5% chance or whatever the numbers is. I don't freaking know of doing that, but he did it. So there we go. And then so Sean wins and secures his top 4 place pretty much. I think next week he can confirm that. I'm pretty sure, but I'll double check when I see the table at the end of the episode. So we move on to game number 7, where we have the Ottawa Garchomps versus the Black City Curums. Our Garchomps are rocking Arcanine, Rhyperior, Hydreigon, Megalopony, Healisc, and Azelf, whereas the Black City Curums are rocking Klefki, can I speak English? Klefki, Magearna, Slowbro, Mega Medicham, Gliscor, and Kyurem Black. So, first impressions, that would have worked in the game with the Gallisopod. I'm so upset. Right, next video, I'm going to make that pun, and I want a like for that pun. I love a pun. I love a pun. I'm so punny. Anyway, Arcanine can deal with the Klefki, Magearna, and the Kyurem Black. So, Arcanine is a good win con for the Arbor Garchomps. All they need to worry about is the Gliscor with an Earthquake or the Slowbro with Scald. But Hydreigon deals with them both, because obviously cannot be hit by a ground type move with the Hydreigon, and Slowbro's weak to Dark. So if he Dark Pulses them both and it's a choice spec set, can just go goodbye both of you, and that's GG. But Mega Medicham is not the MVP of the entire league combined of Kanto and Johto. Mega Medicham is like up top, tier 4, top Mega Medicham. Hello, tier 4. I'm off to tier 3 next season, and if it keeps on continuing, I'll be tier 2 next season. I'll be tier 1 the season after that, and may even get to the tier above that. But I'll talk about that in week 15 or whatever, the last PIDA weekly show. But it's fine. So don't worry about it. Do not worry about it. So let's jump to the game and see how this one pans out. As lead to Azelf, which is a pretty much box standard lead. Azelf lead, Stealth Rocks, Explosion lead. Switch down to Arcanine, predicting Ice Beam, I'd imagine, or Intimidate. Goes for Dragon Claw, gets a critical hit, and Arcanine's wounded already. So the Garchomp's main win con is damage. So goes for Gigabyte Havoc. Oh, the plays, the absolute plays. I don't know if that was actually a play, but I would imagine he went into this thing to live a Dragon Claw because it's a bulky boy and it's a -1 attack. But he goes for Z Gigabyte Havoc. I'm thinking, why? Why? Because Arcanine's a low health. And nothing on his team is weak to Electric. Maybe he was predicting the Azelf to come back in and he wanted to kill it with a Z move. But besides that, I don't know why he clicked the Gigabyte Havoc. Z Fusion Bolt, shall I say. So, if he's watching this, he'll leave a comment in the description down below. But that's how things are. So you go down to the Gliscor predicting an Earthquake or a Stone Edge or something. There's a Stone Edge with 39% to Batman. the Toxic heal off as he sets up his Stealth Rocks, goes for Ice Punch. Goodbye, Batman! And that Rhyperior picks up a kill. Out comes Mega Medicham, and his Arcanine comes in to lives on 1% to go for an attack drop as it goes for a substitute. Which is very interesting. So Arcanine, Mega Medicham goes for Extreme Speed to pop the sub as it goes for a Drain Punch. Arcanine goes down, and start of the game I said Arcanine's probably the win con for the Garchomps. It's now down, so that's very unfortunate. But it's still 5-5. Things could happen. Mega Medicham's at -1, so probably can never hit with probably not this thing. But he switches out into his Clefairy, predicting probably a normal type Hyper Voice probably. So he goes out to Keychain as it Thunder Waves the Azelf, as the Azelf goes for Nasty Plot. So Azelf is just screw you, I'm setting up. Goes out into the Kyurem Black as it goes for Fire Blast. Misses, unfortunately. But Dragon Claw, Azelf lives on 9% as it goes for Z. Inferno Overdrive. Goodbye, Kyurem Black. And Azelf has taken out a Kyurem Black. So there's a beginner. Goes for Fire Blast. Kills that thing. Azelf is on a roll right now. Azelf is on a roll. Getting 2 kills with Fire Blast. One with an Inferno Overdrive +2. One for Fire Blast with +2. Outspeeding Magina, even paralyzed. So, yeah. Fun times. Fun times. So, there's a Drain Punch. Lives it because it's only on 9%. I mean, doesn't live it, should I say, because it's only on 9%. Out comes the Hydreigon versus the Mega Medicham. He goes out to Clefairy, putting a Dark type with Dragon type move. It's immune to the Draco. So, he switches out into his Healisk, predicting a Thunder Wave or something again. But he doesn't, he goes straight into a Slowbro, so that's a good play there. As he switches back out into the Clefairy, so he goes for Thunderbolt, lives on 12%. There's the Iappa Berry. So you go to Recycle, his Berry's back. So recycles on Snorlax, recycles on the Clefairy now. Did not expect Recycle Clefairy to be a thing, but apparently it is. So out comes the Slowbro, out comes the Healisk. It's a lot of switching in this game. Out comes the Clefairy as it goes for Thunderbolt, lives on 20%. Can't recycle, can recycle now. As it goes to Thunderbolt again, down goes the Keychain. And it's looking promising for the Garchomp now being 4-2 up, but Mega Medicham's all about, and that can potentially put in the work against the rest of his team. So Healisk Volt switches out, straight out into his Lopunny. Sack this thing off, I would imagine, yep. And he's going to go back out into his Healisk, the Volt switch again. No, he's going to go to Hydreigon. Okay, he's going to have Draco, because obviously, I was thinking he was going to go in, just Volt switch out, but Drain Punch stops that from doing that because it just heals back to full health and nothing gets achieved. So he goes down to his Hydreigon, who is obviously Choice Scuffed. So, because Mega Medicham's base 100, I do believe, and Hydreigon is like, what, 95, I think? Something like that. So, obviously he knows Mega Medicham cannot be Scuffed because obviously it's a Mega, but puts a Choice Scuff on it, goes for Draco Meteor, this thing gets blown back. If he wants to switch into Slowbro, he's going to do hefty damage to that because Slowbro is more of a defensive wall rather than a special wall. So goes for Draco, blows back Mega Medicham, and it's looking very promising in this last few games because he's got obviously Healisk and Hydreigon left. So he switches out to his Rhyperior, predicting a water type move probably. He goes for Calm Mind. It could be an issue as he goes switches back into his Hydreigon. He goes for fully Calm Mind again. Yes, so now +2. Yes, as Hydreigon goes for Dark Pulse, does 43% to Slowbro. Gets a flinch. Goes for Dark Pulse again. Lives on 12%. Goes for Slack Off. Back up to 60%, goes for Dark Pulse, gets a flinch. No, he doesn't. He's going to just stall him out. Just going to stall it out. He's just baiting the flinch right now. The Black Sea Kyurem's just baiting that flinch right now. So he's going to keep on going until he knows he can live a Dark Pulse. Slack Off doing just about enough. So he's going to keep stalling out with his Slack Offs. There's a Dark Pulse. As he goes for Slack Off, he's back up to full health again. So he switches out to his Healisk, which is probably going to do. He goes for Calm Mind again. He's going to Volt Switch out. Does nothing. Out into his Hydreigon. So, there's a Slack Off again. Back up to full health at +3. There's a Dark Pulse. 34%. There's a Scold. Does 10%. There's a Dark Pulse. 32%. There's a Side Shock. Putting him to switch out, putting a Scold. So he goes for Dark Pulse. And that's GG. GG. I don't know if that was a misplay, but I think he clicked Psyshock, predicting the Hydreigon, predicting him to switch out of his Hydreigon into his Healisk, predicting a Scald, so it could get a Dry Skin back up again, and could spam Thunderbolts, and possibly get a Paralysis, and then win that way. But GG to the Ottawa Garchomps. They have defeated first place Black Sea Curums, who are now, I think, they're still like, I think they're still first, but I think the Sinnoh Starlets and the Pure Pidgeots and the Wellington Ho-Ohs, who are coming up in a minute, have closing them down. So you might not finish first. You've definitely got a chance of finishing top 4, but you might not finish first place. So that's very interesting. So yeah, GG up with Garchomps. Since like the start of the season, they were like 0-3, 0-4, but now they're like pushing. They're not going to reach green, but they're going to finish like they're on a run to finish like 5th, 6th place. So with the start they had, that's a very good season. If I'm to say the least, that's a very good season. The start they had. So that's a very good game to both teams. And we move on to the last game, where we have the Victoria Victinis versus the Wellington Ho-Oh. And the Wellington Ho-Oh rocking Whimsicott, Celesteela, Rotom-Wash, Mega Glulu, Donphan, and Tyranitar. Whereas the Victoria Victinis are rocking Hippowdon, Excadrill, Megazord Y, Venusaur, Emboar, and Diancie. So Victoria Victinis are obviously triple weather team, and they've brought sand and sun this week. No rain because I don't know why. Because obviously they've got Tyranitar, so the Wentauers can play around the team. Because if the Victoria Victinis want the sun up, he can just go, right, you're not allowed sun anymore. I'm going to switch into my Tyranitar. But the only problem with that is Venusaur. You can't switch the sun off against the Venusaur, because you're going to get blown back by the Venusaur. So, you're probably going to work with Charizard. So, that's always something. He's obviously got Emboar to deal with the Tyranitar as well. Diancie he brought last week and helped him out really well with the rocks and just being bulky gal. So, I expect big things from Diancie this week, because it helped a lot last week. Or last time he brought it anyway. Last time I remember seeing it in one of these Kanto Weekly videos. And obviously, Mega Glalie, not as good as going to be next season, because next season there's no Mega Turn 1 rule. So it can Moody up and then Mega Evolve and then just be an animal. Obviously, he's got Tyranitar, can be bulky, Rotom-Wash can be bulky, Celesteela can be bulky, Donphan can be bulky, Whimsicott is Whimsicott's the clericy, prankster, whatnot. It's going to Toxic and Elite Seed, it's going to Defog and all that shenanigans. And Mega Glalie is just there to go like that. So let's jump to the game and see how things go. So out comes Diancie, obviously going to set up Rocks versus the Rotom-Wash. As it Volt switches out, there's nothing because Diancie's a bulky gal. Out comes Celesteela as it goes for Gravity. I'm thinking, right, interesting. That's a very good play, because obviously Celesteela's off the ground. And I think, does Gravity not weaken the damage of Earthquake as well? Or am I making that up? There's certain moves. No, it's bounce, isn't it? Bounce and fly and all the ones you go up and down, like rocks. I don't know about rock slide, but all those 2-turn moves get reduced damage, like high jump kick. If you go in the air, it doesn't do anything. So it allows him to Earth Power the Celesteela and do 51% to it, which is very, very interesting. As Celesteela go to protect another Earth Power to stall out the Gravity turns. So he does Elite Seed as he goes for another Earth Power. There's 11%. So he can just stall out these Gravity turns by clicking Protect this turn. But you can switch out into Charizard, clicking to Protect, which he does go for. As the Drake comes out, Mega Evolves, Charizard Y. As Celesteela goes Protect, as it goes for the Flamethrower. And I'm pretty sure he goes out into either Tyranitar or Rotom-Wash, I'd imagine. Yep, there's a Tyranitar. Gets the stand up. He goes for Flamethrower. Does nothing because A, it's resisted. It's probably Assault Vest Tyranitar, because the Wentauers tend to like to bring... No, it's not Assault Vest. Okay. Interesting. So out comes Rotom-Wash, obviously Levitate. And he's going to get the Hydro Pump, I'd imagine. So he's going to go into his Venusaur, predicting the Hydro Pump, which he does go for. And it does 24% to his Venusaur. So now, I'm guessing he Volt Switches out. No, goes straight into Diancie. Very interesting play. Volt Switches out into his Celesteela. Probably going to click Gravity again, I would imagine. No, because Celesteela outspeeds it, obviously, and goes for Earthquake, gets a defensive Beast Boost, which is going to be very annoying. But out comes the Emboar. You can just click Flare Blitz, I'd imagine. Yep. So even at -1, Flare is going to kill it. So he goes out to Rotom-Wash, picking the Flare Blitz, goes for it. Does 20, I was going to say 71%, but he lives on 71%. And Twitch out because it's obviously going to be Choice Band or Choice Scarf, Embor, I would imagine. But there's the Volt switch from the Rotom Wash. Charizard goes down, as out comes the Whimsicott. So out comes the Embor, as Whimsicott goes for Psychic, as Crackling goes for Flame Charge. So now it outspeeds the Whimsicott, I would imagine, at +1. It does not. That's why Embor's so slow. Embor's really slow. It's really slow. It's really slow. Because at +1, it doesn't outspeed a Whimsicott. Unless it's Whimsicott's Choice Scarf, which I would not see coming in the slightest. Unless he's brought it to outspeed Sand Rush Excadrill. He might have possibly brought that for Sand Rush Excadrill, to be honest. Is it Sand? Yeah, it's Sand Rush. So, possibly brought that. If he did, it's a very, very, very smart bring there. But, yeah, there we go. There's a Psychic. Goodbye. No, it's Chlorophyll. I'm saying it's Choice Scarf. It's Chlorophyll, isn't it? He brought Chlorophyll because he knew sun was coming. Oh, my God. Using your using your opponent's battling style to your advantage. GG. GG. Good game. Good bring. So how comes the Sandstream to shut down that Chlorophyll as it goes for Earthquake, lives. So I think you think Giga Drain kills. It does. So Whimsicott gets 3 kills this game. Nice. Out comes Excadrill, who now outspeeds, goes for X-Scissor. Down goes Whimsicott. And can Excadrill win this game? No, because there is a Celesteela right there. As he goes for Earthquake, lives on 62%. Lives on 60%, does 60%, lives on 25%. Goes for Rock Slide. And that is game GG. And a 5-0 victory for the Wellington Ho-Ohs there versus the Victoria Victini. So it was a good game. Wellington Ho-Oh prepped really well with there's good prep on both sides of the screen because obviously Gravity Diancie was able to, so he could Earthquake like the Rotom Wash and the Celesteela, which would both be weak to Earthquake if it didn't have the Flying or the Levitate ability. So that was a good bring by the Victoria Victinis there. Obviously the Chlorophyll Whimsicott was a very good bring. That really put in the work for the Wellington Ho-Ohs there, and I expect to see, because if Wellington Ho-Ohs lost this game, it's a very big game, because if Wellington Ho-Ohs lost this game, the Victoria Victinis could potentially overtake them into that playoff spot. So that's a good win for the Wellington Ho-Ohs there. They're pretty much guaranteed promotion, playoffs. So let's jump into this league table now, and with all those results now, and so out of the top 4, only the Black Sea Curums lost this week, so they moved down to second place with 33 points. So the Sinistars have caught them with the 33 points, and only because of differential, the Sinistars are ahead. But next week, the Sinistars are playing the Black Sea Curums. That's going to be a massive game to determine who's going to finish in top spot and get the easier playoff opponent for the first round of playoffs. So when Ho-Ohs and the Pure Pidgeots both on 30 points now, pretty much similar differentials, and Victoria Victinis with that loss are now 6 points off of the top 4, so they need either Ho-Ohs and Pure Pidgeots to lose both their remaining games, and they need to win their last 2 games to get into that playoff spot. So it's going to be very hard for the Victoria Victinis, but it's still possible. There's hope. There's very much hope, but it's probably set in stone at this point because I don't know. I don't see any of these 2 coaches losing both of their games. Maybe one, but not both. So I think that top 4 is going to stay as it is for right now. So obviously Victorian Victinis are on 24 points. In 6th place, the Power Squad were 21 points. Garchomps are on 21 points as well, but the Power Squad are on 17 points because they either win 6-0. All their wins have been like 6 or 5-0s because they set up and just sweep. That's what they do. So that's why they're on 17 differential. Boston Typhlosions and the Sydney Shamans are rocking up 8th and 9th place with 18 points, whereas New England Blizzards, the Honolulu Holuchas, the Sugar Puff Seats Wellixers, all on 15 points. So it's it's a battle between those three to fill that final orange spot. Obviously, the Boston Cyndaquils are on 12 points and can potentially jump up if they win their last game. And then obviously the Mediterranean Cragsides, Hungry Big Boys, New Haven Nuts, all on 9 points. It's going to be a battle to see who finishes last between those three, I would imagine. Probably not the Mediterranean Cragsides because they're the only one not memeing right now. So it's going to be between the Hungry Big Boys and New Haven Nuts to see who finishes bottom. But New Haven Nuts obviously got a worse differential by 10. So they really need to either hope they can win a game and the big boys don't, or they lose their remaining games like 1-0 or something and the big boys lose like 5-6-0. That's the only... No, they need to lose their games both 6-0. So they'll add 12 to theirs, so they'll be on 34. Yeah. Even that. Could potentially... It'll be a tie if that happens. If Hungry Big Boys lose their last two games 6-0 and the New Haven Nuts lose both their remaining games 1-0, they'll both be tied on 9 points and 34 differential. That'll come down to kills. And yeah, the New Haven Nuts will win because they'll have 51 kills and they'll be on 49. So yeah, anyway, that is going to be a wrap up for the Kanto Weekly Show week number 13. We've done it. We are under an hour. We're under 50 minutes. Champion, champion, champion. If you guys have enjoyed this video, make sure to smash the like button down below. Be subscribed if you're not already. Leave any comments of how I can improve the series. If you're one of the people competing in one of the battles, let me know about your sets, why you did certain plays. If I didn't get it right, let me know. I'd love to know because learning this is a good learning curve for me to like analyze all the games and just go over how other people battle and get enhancing my skills, and hopefully next season I'll become a better coach overall. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.